Joshua is basically no more there. Alvin and Mark. Joshua has gone over to Middle East. There's the Chinese wording there. They have moved a few places. But these are the people that were there on that day when I was there. This man is so happened this man Patrick Young. Patrick Young came from America, flew into Singapore, reached Kuala Lumpur early in the morning and came to worship. He struggled through the worship because just flew in, worked for a few days and then he left. I think this is a good man who can do something for the Penang Church if he continues to come every now and then. Those of you who know, this is Mark, this is Alvin, and then Alvin's wife. This is Celine. This Celine is Brother Francis Fowler's wife's sister's daughter-in-law. Okay. Ipoh Church of Christ. This is your building, right? You also have the Chinese wording there. Jalan Ling Tan Seng. Ling Ta Sang. Is it? Ling Ta Sang. Okay, Chuck Kok Meng and Albert Kueh being mentioned. Let's see some photographs. Wow. I told the American brethren, I said that this church is the most scriptural church. Because to be a member, you even have to sign up the steps. According to here, believe, repent, confess, baptize. So you find that some of the activities that you had over this is section 17 Church of Christ. How many of you been to section 17? Nice building, very well decorated. One of the richest church. All millionaire, no, probably half millionaire. Half means half of them are millionaire, no, not they are millionaire.
Wow, we are not half millionaire.
They bought their building cash, 1 million plus. They bought their building cash and then they really renovated it very well. Peter Bank is the mainstay there. These are some of the activities that they had. Right? Look at those pretty girls in the row, and behind that pretty men. No, sorry, handsome men. Alright, this is one of the outings. This is the Fisher of Man course. It's not an easy course. Fisher of Man course is not an easy course. You have to memorize scripture, you have to read every day one hour. And then every day you must call 2 or 3 persons. And out of that, I think they had a few baptisms. But I think it's very strenuous. I don't know, very rigid and strenuous. You cannot absent. You must be there. Right? That's how they conduct their what called. But surprisingly, all those who registered with them, they completed. None of them dropped out. 100% passed. When I heard that, I ran to the back and let them go. Okay. Subang Jaya Church of Christ, those of you who know, discover how to live successfully in challenging times. This is one of the former gospel meeting that they had. Dr. Ronald G. Gilbert is a PhD holder. He conducts Bible courses as well as he conducts. If you want to take what's called a degree in Bible by correspondence, you can take it through him. Right? You can take it through him. So that after that you can write your name and then at the back on the BA, AA. You can even take master. Right? I think Engboon and Eddie, they are taking under his what's called his college effort to speak by correspondence. And if I'm not mistaken, Brother Eddie already got his BA. So this is Subang Jaya. Some have some photographs. So this is Kuala Lumpur Church of Christ. Sentu of Jalan Ipoh. Just a comment. When they bought this building way back in 1976, right? Way back in 1976, or maybe earlier, but 1976 opening by Jack Whitefield. Much later, when I was a preacher there, I was a preacher there for 2 years. I only realized that the whole building, the last invite. So they got a problem. That means whenever you lock the gate, you must give a key to the other tenant. You see what I mean? So I think this is the reason why I bring it out is to learn some lessons from it. If you want to buy the whole block, right? Up there is another probably at that time maybe 30,000, 40,000 only. It's not very expensive. 1976 is quite cheap, right? And unfortunately, they buy shop lot. Those of us who went to Brother Francis, the late Brother Francis funeral, they had a corner lot or probably a bungalow you can consider with playground and all this sort of thing. So actually, it's very healthy for church to have that kind of environment where the children can run out of grass, for them to play around. So we need to consider those thoughts. Alright, this one, this Church of Christ was a feng shui. No feng shui cannot grow. So Church of Christ, this is Chira's Church of Christ, where I'm presently located. But I don't preach there all the time because I travel around. Come May 1st, we will have our morning service. And come May 1st, we will have Brother Philip Granwinkle from America joining us. And we are actually supporting him. Our congregation is very small, but we are supporting him. We also asked him to raise some funds. He raised some funds, we ourselves raise some funds, and we support him. So next time when he's settled, you want to use him for weekend meeting, just let us know. We are willing to share. Okay, so because we got feng shui, Okay, this is Kota Morning Church. They have no Bhutan, Lim Chang Kun, Sam Tan, and Eng Kim Leng. All also big guns. Lim Chang Kun is Lam Sun, one of the directors. Sam Tan is a lawyer. He is working for May Bank, one of the top people there. And Eng Kim Leng is presently with one of the companies, is also appointed director. So also big people in that area. So there's a lot of blessings. This congregation started off a branch off from Subang Jaya. Subang Jaya is a branch off from Klang. Klang is actually a branch off from Kuala Lumpur. Alright, so Church Road is like that. We keep on planting and keep on growing. So for example, Ipoh, then you have Taiping. Maybe I just make mention that this morning we have this meeting. Post-campaign meeting. So in this post-campaign meeting, we talk about the success as well as the pitfalls that we had. As I mentioned to some, we had 182 visitors. So far, 4 baptisms already. And studies have been going on, and we are contacting all those prospects. How to work on 182 prospects, not so easy enough, right? But God has been good, because when it started off, the first night, I also very doubtful that we will have full house. Because in my mind, it's about 120. Then I calculate how I get my 120 local members, plus here, plus there, at the most 200. But the first night itself was a great success already. 100% full. All the seats considered taken up, people are still outside. So 300 people, right? 300 people in attendance. So when we think about that, 6 congregations working together, I want to make a challenge to you, or put forward a challenge to you. Hold a mini campaign. Get a speaker, hold a mini campaign, 3-4 days, work together with Taiping, maybe work up north together with Penang, right? Do something like this, right? You don't have to have so big scale, because our scale is really big. We raised $50,000 for that campaign. Not cheap now, 50,000 you can buy a Proton Saga. Okay? We printed 55,000 tracts, almost all distributed, except probably left about maybe 20-30 pieces. We had emails sent out to 200,000 people, right? And then the website created by Eng, I think hits about 3,000. Right? So I know that many of you are expert in IT. You can also do that, promote it much earlier, because we don't really have much time. We only have about 3 months in preparation, and that is what we did. So if you have an idea, or maybe Brother Albert who goes to States every now and then, can find a good speaker. You must get a good speaker, right? Then tell him ask him whether he can come over or not, right? Then we in our campaign for Christ in in Kuala Lumpur, Klang Valley area, we didn't pay his airfare. The airfare was paid borne by Limapin Church. We only pay his airfare from Singapore in. If to get the airfare together with Corey, I think we need another about probably 10K or more. Especially if fly in from America, 10K or more. So if you can get a good speaker, go and source for one, bring him over, ask him to raise funds, but over here we must take care of him fully. All his accommodation, all his transportation, all this. It can be done one. Even today Eng Boon was saying, the thing is on video. Eng Boon was saying that can come up and help. So we can come up to help. So don't have to worry, don't have enough manpower or woman power. There will be enough. People will come up. In as much as you go down, we will encourage members to come up, right, to do the same thing. So we need to learn how to cooperate in this area. Let's have faith in doing the greater work. Yes.
Advertisement in the Sun.
In the Sun. Actually, quite good. It attracted quite a number of people, but unfortunately, I think probably the number coming in is not so, not that many. Even though it is good enough, the greater number is actually our own members who bring friends, right? The young college students. Out of the 80 over that we had first night, half of them actually came through friends' invitation or members inviting friends to come, right? So big events like this, our own members, they dare to go out and do something. But sometimes Sunday service, who's speaking? This one is a special speaker we want to invite. So many of them came, repeat, they came back again, right? So I think it's very good. Right, up to this point, you want to ask any other question? No, Well, I'm supposed to stop at 9:30. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, this is the opening of the Kota Kumering Church. So many of them came. You'll find that members like Brother Eddie is there, Brother Stephen Chan is there, Charlie Chan. So from many different congregations went to support. So whenever there are big events in Klang Valley, we always support one another. Right? So likewise, if you have a big event, I'm sure, okay, brethren from the south will come and give the support. Right? So I think you're looking for your own photographs? Yes. Alright, this is Klang Church of Christ. This is probably most blessed church. 2 big buildings. Then they have land and so on. Because they raised funds, what they did was they raised funds, they bought a piece of land. Then that piece of land appreciated in value, so the land bought here and then built up. Right? So sometimes we have to think of different ways of doing it. Maybe buy a big piece of land. When the time is up, subdivide into 2, sell one piece, that piece of land, the money, go and do the building. Right? That's another way of doing it. So we have to think far already, okay? Our church actually, we are growing, it's time for us to move on. Not to stay back in in secluded areas, nobody knows us. As we mentioned this morning, since we have already done the groundwork, we are looking forward to another campaign, right? Probably some say next year, some say too fast, probably 2 years. If we can hold it every 2 years, it's good enough. Consistently, people will get to know us, right? So this is Klang Church of Christ. This is One Time Church of Christ. This few of them are actually Nepali. Okay, Nepali. Those that I know of from Nepal, because I've been to Nepal before. They came, then they started working in Malaysia. But you find that One Time Church is women's power. Molly Ding, Margaret. Just joking. Yongpeng Church of Christ, right? Hua Chung Hot is the mainstay for Yongpeng Church of Christ. And Yongping Church of Christ made up of quite a number of elderly people. He's very good with elderly people. This is Yongping Youth Bible Study. Okay, Malacca Church of Christ, 98 Jalan Laksamana. This congregation is hidden, so quite hard to find if you do not know the place. Right?
They don't have home trade.
They don't have home trade. Upstairs is formerly Robert Ong. Those of you who know Robert Ong, actually his office. Engineering office. Downstairs is church. Upstairs engineering office, but he has moved to KL Central. So upstairs he allows the church to use. So this congregation started way back in 1971.